Welcome to Sahara TV, and we are sitting here with Megacomrade Clement Eranomigho Edegbe, who is the president of People's Freedom Movement. Thank you so much for joining us today.
God bless you, madam.
Thank you. So tell me, what is People's Freedom Movement?
People's Freedom Movement is a no-profit organization that was created due to the atrocity committed by the South African citizens during xenophobia in South Africa. However, ever since People's Freedom Movement have been created, we stand for equality. We are against totally zero tolerance of corruption. We are against xenophobia. We are against oppression. We are against police brutality, injustice, government phobia, and many more. However, People's Freedom Movement have also channeled our activism to mostly African black innocent citizens who are in most of these European countries that have been treated unfairly due to the fact that our continent has been decimated by corrupt political leaders. So now we are building a bridge between the European government, whereby we have an organization like a huge mega organization like People's Freedom Movement that will be able to assist the European Law Enforcement Agency, most especially the immigration, to ease way of giving document to our innocent poor citizens who came through Libya, horrific incident in Libya. So pretty much we are helping the innocent poor citizen.
Amazing.
God bless you.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So you mentioned corruption as one of the things that your organization combats. So what do you think is Nigeria's biggest problem at the moment?
Akataka. Right now, the biggest problem in Nigeria is corruption. And a lot of people, some of the academia, they don't understand. They are well educated, but they missed some education they would have learned on the street. Because most of them, they graduated in Harvard, Cambridge, whatever, with corrupt money. So whenever you achieve certificate with corrupt money, you're going to be corrupt. So our leaders in Africa, I call them cat and cheetahs government. Not until we are able to tackle corruption, Nigeria or Africa can never be a good place or a safe place for our generation or next generation to come. Corruption is I call it corruption virus, corruption Ebola, corruption genocide in Nigeria right now under President Muhammadu Buhari. So he came in the platform that is going to fight corruption. I'm a Muhammadu Buhari as supporter. So today we find out that his administration have completely on a 180 degree on corruption. They are in the bed with the corrupt money. Now snake eat swallow money, monkey swallow money. That have never happened in the history of Nigeria. So corruption is our problem. It's killing us slowly. A lot of people don't know it right now, but very soon we will know it.
Well, so you already mentioned that you used to support Buhari. What made you change your mind?
Actually, what made me change my mind is that when in far back 1985, I'm not going to take much of your time. Far back 1985, when Muhammad Buhari and the Diagbon administration came into power, I was a supporter of the administration, Operation War Against Indiscipline. We thought when Nigeria become a state of chaos, a state of bamboozle, all they do is to bamboozle people. They do whatever it takes to make sure they rape your destiny. They rape you. And literally, they hold on to it and padlock it. So we were looking for a leader that will come and restore sanity in Nigeria government. When Buhari came, Goodluck Jonathan, former President Goodluck Jonathan, I met him when he came to Houston. We were together. This is the same thing we talk about. He promised that he's going to change everything. So we thought Jonathan was being he was a professor. And we believe in Africa, back in Africa, that when you are a professor, you are a junior. But we never know that. A lot of them don't know that professor can be a problem as well. So to shorten the whole story, Goodluck Jonathan exploded the corruption under his watch. So we are looking for someone who will come and help us, because corruption People don't understand that corruption is the founder of terrorism. Corruption is the founder of criminals, armed robber, kidnapping. Corruption corruption creates a lot of problem. No medical in Nigeria, no road, nothing is corruption. Corruption is what make police start brutalize innocent citizens of Nigeria. Corruption is what make military now. Back in the day, the military were doing their job. Now, military are even more corrupt than even others. So we are just a victim of corruption. Corruption, when we see Buhari preaching, corruption is coming to tackle corruption. I was in the bed. Anyone that want to fight corruption, I will go for it. So when he came to power, when he was sick at the first time he was in London, I was praying for him. I used my platform, People Freedom Movement, to cool down some of the poor citizens who were going to be on the street, that I'm supporting Buhari. They should allow him to come back from London and tackle the problem of corruption. Instead of President Muhammad Buhari to tackle the problem that he faced himself, he went for medical reason to London. The first thing he would have done is to build a mega hospital so that he will not have to fly to London and spend money. That is where corruption, you start fighting corruption, fighting in within yourself. And secondly, we saw that Muhammad Buhari was not ready to fight corruption. Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, that I now call Liar Mohammed. I know I'm in the media, I can't do that. But Lai Mohammed mistakenly sent me a text message while I was in London last year, demanding for account number, my account number that is going to wire money into.
What?
Lai Mohammed, Minister of Information,
wow,
mistakenly while I was in London, because I had just called him to let him know that I'm going to British Prime Minister office, Theresa May, to protest that the British government have turned a blind eye against corruption, that they are the founder of corruption, and they have thrown that venom into Africa, whereby all countries in Africa are corrupt, except for few. So when I called Lai Mohammed, he said, okay, he's going to speak with the president, Muhammad Buhari, to see if they can send a delegate to, to back us up in order for us to protest. So I waited for Lai Mohammed because I was still believing that he's fighting corruption. We never hear from him. So that morning I called him to let him know that tomorrow is our protesting day. So luckily for me and unluckily for him, my call went through the wrong time. So as he was returning the message, he just sent it. Send me the account number, I wire the money right away. I said, how much are you wiring? We play like on the phone. Before he realized it, that it was a different person, it was too late. He was not sending message. I said, okay, what money are you wiring to London?
Wow.
How much money Nigeria have lost by conducting themselves into illegal activity? So how much money? Then I started questioning myself until a week later, one of my members of People Freedom Movement was under surveillance with the Scotland Yard Police. People mistakenly wire money, millions of pounds, into her account. She did not know where this money came from. Later on, the Scotland Yard found out that the money was wired to China, from China to London, Nigeria to China, China to London. Then I said, wow. So, to cut the story short, this my member, they took everything she have, they tapped her phone, they collected her cell phone, British intelligence police, they were monitoring it. So I keep sending a text message. I have not heard from you. He's a good member. Where have you been? So actually, my audio message was what exonerated her from that crime. So when they now saw that everybody know me in London, like the government, they know me. I protested the British Prime Minister right on this door, her door, 2 times.
Wow.
By myself. So I have done a lot in London, all Europe country, European Parliament. I was the first African who went to European Parliament, take the problem to them, let them know we need help. Europeans are not the problem, but the British are the problem, not America. So after that, the British police later find out that my member was innocent. I asked, where is the money going to go now? They told me the British government is in possession of the money. So millions of, let's say 10 million pounds, could that not pay for a charter flight to go and rescue Nigeria from Libya? I'm asking you, the President Muhammad Buhari. So how can Muhammad Buhari make things difficult for the poor citizen? We that go to the bank and buy dollar just to travel. Then why is reckless government, I call lazy government, they are lazy to tie road, they are lazy to tackle corruption, they are lazy to fight Boko Haram, they are lazy to fight insurgency, they are lazy to fight the Fulani Herdsmen, they are lazy in anything, they turn around and call us lazy. So from there I said, oh, I'm gone. I cannot stand and watch who I thought is going to fight corruption. Him himself is sleeping with corruption. So that is when I started, campaigning against Buhari. So that is how I lost my interest on him. No good road, nothing. My mother cannot go to the farm in the village and come home safe. I am the president of the poor. I'm from a poor background. I am poor. My mother, I am a definition of what poor woman, poor men can raise. So they should look at me now. This is not what the vision they proposed for me. My destiny was taken from me, and they padlock it, put the key in their pocket. I have to struggle hard. I know what I went through. I know what I went through. How many of us can go to 47 countries before you might finally make it to America by struggling? One, a ladder, a climb ladder.
Wow.
Now, look what I am now. I am a correctional officer who turned a anti-corruption activist. For me to change from detention officer, I deal with criminals in the prison, in the jail. Look my life. Now when they want to kill you, they want to condemn you, they will give you a bad name. He's an illiterate. He's not educated. He's from the village. Look what a villager can do. So I came out to let all poor citizens know that it is okay for you being poor. It is okay that you were born by a poor father, a poor mother. It's not a crime. We didn't choose to be poor. We didn't choose to be poor. So God bless you.
You've mentioned a lot of the problems that Nigeria is facing. Do you believe that a younger president is what the people need? Is it what they're asking for, and why?
Yes. Because I will make an example in United States. Back in 2007, when Senator Barack Obama came into light, we were one of the first people, grassroots supporter, who came out and said, Obama could do better. He could restore American image abroad. Sometimes when people are campaigning, people don't pay attention to it. Obama did what he campaigned for. Okay, when we were doing it, they were calling Obama, he's too young. He has no experience. He's not that. They call him every name, monkey, jungle, go back to Kenya, Muslim. They call me Zebra in the prison.
Wow.
Officer, I can't say that on TV. They insult me. So I prepare myself mentally for this struggle.
You have to.
So every man that want to become president have to know that a lot of obstacles going to come. These people are cheaters. They are coyotes. They are wolves. When a wolf see an animal he didn't kill, he will hold on to it. He will not leave it. No matter how you're going to drag it. But it will take a force for wolf to leave that food for you. So they're going to throw everything. When I heard about young men coming in, I said, who? I saw a lot of young people coming in for presidency, even though, then when I look at him. 4 months ago, they sent me a video. I know you have not asked this. Let me quickly say this. They said, Megacomrade, look at this young man. I said, who? They said, watch the video. Then I watched it. When I saw it, I saw a man were telling them, arrest me, deport me, arrest me. They said, oh, we shall overcome. He said, no, we are not overcoming anything. Then I said, who is this man? I was so happy. I said, thank God, Then I went back and researched it. I found out it's an old video. So I just leave it alone. So when I see young people coming out, people are using that as a way to discredit them. I can ask you a question. How old was Gowon when he came into power? 20s. How old was Obasanjo when he first ruled as a head of state? How old was President Muhammad Buhari? How old was he? How old was Babangida? How old was Murtala Mohammed? How old was he? They were 20, 30s. Our forefather, the forefather, did not padlock their destiny. But these political cabals, political terrorists, political criminal, political, anything you can call them, they want to, they have damaged the youth. We are 50s. Now the 50 from 45 to 60 become youth in Nigeria because of corruption. And I'm feeling for those young ones, 20s, who are supposed to be youth, but they don't know. I don't blame them because all their life, what they see is oppression. So oppression have played a lot of impact on them. It have created a psychological damage on them that when they see a little thing, they embrace it.
Yeah.
So if young was a problem, Murtala Mohammed, Gowon wouldn't have been a president of Nigeria. At least Gowon won a war, civil war. So a young man can do it.
So I understand that you're from Edo State.
Yes, ma'am.
That's your hometown, and I know that you caused some uproar with the government and such. So tell me a little bit about that.
Edo State, my great state. Like I say again, I think all the poor brothers and sisters, as the president of the poor citizens worldwide, they should be very proud of themselves because Edo State have become a state of it become a chaotic state. Edo State right now is going to a state of no return. With the system of their political demagogue, they use their political party to, it's like Edo State is a state of godfatherism. When former comrade Adam Ali Oshomole, the former governor of Edo State, came into power, I supported him financially, physically, otherwise. Then when he came into power, he preached that there is no more godfatherism. He don't want it in Edo State. That Lucky Gbenedion, former governor of Edo State. Edo State is a state that whatever you do, it will haunt you. We are a state that believes on tradition. We don't insult our elders. But when we see irresponsible, reckless elder, like a drunkard, all we do, I will speak Benin. Crazy man that doesn't know what he's doing. So we insult them. That is, I grew up from a village with my grandfather, who was the Odion Wiri of a community, the oldest man. So I know what respect is all about. But when you are oppressing people like what Adam Shemle did, he imposed a candidate who have worked with Dangote, a candidate who his father, the son, when he was 14 years old. I'm talking of Governor Godwin Obaseki. Governor Godwin Shola Norease Obaseki. Actually, his name is Shola. But he removed that Shola because he scammed Edo people. So just like now APC national president, John Odige Oyegu, when he was coming to power, Edo people, the corrupt Edo citizen, they changed that name and frame it to be Oyegu Media in order for Edo people to vote for him. And if I want to ask, is Oyegu from Edo State now? No. After he ruled, he raped us up, then he now comes to light that he's not from Edo State. So, Edo State have a history of bamboozling the poor citizen. They spread lies in order to capture Edo youth heart. So when Oshomole brought Obaseki have not mowed one block in Benin. He did not have a foundation in Benin. He did not have one room when he became a governor of Edo State. How can a man who have not developed a state, he was the chief economist for 8 years to Adam Oshomole. He did not produce one job. One job. Chief economist, how can you become a chief economist when you have F9 in economics? Economics is the most easiest subject in school. I'm not educated, but I know that. Okay, fast forward, he became the governor. Instead of him, what Adam Oshomole preached against, using thugs, what we now know as vampire militant gang in Edo State that is growing up right now. Is growing. And their leader is one gentleman called, nobody can say their name, called Tony Kabaka. The police, they know him. They can't touch him. He's untouchable. The military, they know him. A man that have never worked, have no paycheck, have never worked. You work, you have a paycheck. How can he celebrate 1 billion naira?
Wow.
That is Edo State for you. How can he build a hotel? And he will even say that he have more than 2,000 soldiers when you are not a military. You have never put on any security uniform in your life. So when Adam Oshomole came, he preached against it that Lucky Minesian was doing it. When he came, he empowered them, he gave them ammunition during the campaign. So after he giving them ammunition, after the campaign, they could not retrieve it back. So they were using this ammunition for kidnapping, for robbery, for intimidation. They rape our children, they rape our wives, they do everything. And they are scared of them. How can a thug will go to a government house and slap a law enforcement officer in a government house? A thug. That tells you where Edo State is going. That notwithstanding, Obaseki came. We thought Obaseki was going to... It's okay. I didn't support him because I know him. I read about him. I know he came to New York. He said he was a citizen, which I know he's not a citizen. He said he lived in America, which I know he have never spent more than 2 years in the United States. He doesn't even know anything in the US. He's very good. He's an eloquent speaker. He's very good in scamming. I called him a Ponzi scheme architect. 8 years in the office, he helped design how Oshomole will loot Edo State into debt. Then after that, Oshomole bet. How can the governor say, I am going to bet with my life? If Governor Obaseki, if candidate Obaseki did not win, he will go to 6 feet. He bet. He said he's going to do what the political APC that I call all problem creator. I was once APC. Once APC. I've helped APC. I've helped PDP. I've helped what they call it, UPP. Now I belong to nobody. So what the APC call all problem creator called dengen politics. Oshomole languages, dengen politics. The same dengen politics he used, that is how he brought Obaseki in. And the same talk he was preaching against, he used them. So how did this problem of Obaseki came into light? After he used the talk, he decided to start putting them in jail one by one. He threw them in jail until he made a mistake. One that is called Comrade Kotisegosa Ubo is well known in Benin. Nobody is perfect. When they throw him in jail, a gentleman cried to me, which I'm not going to mention in there. He said, Megacomrade, someone is rusting in Oko jail. What happened? He said, oh, that the governor said that they went to go and protest for job. Protest for job? Is that enough to send someone to jail? I pick up the phone. I called the governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki. I called him. When I called him, he answered, he said, my governor, how is everything? I tried to speak Benin to him. I didn't know that he doesn't understand Benin that much. So he was trying to move it back to broken English. Then he said, he's in a meeting. I said, okay, hence you are in the meeting. I'm going to call you back. He said, who is it? I said, this is eranomigho, Megacomrade. He said, oh, okay. Go ahead. No. We can just talk now. So we started talking. I said, my governor, please, why is this man in jail without trial? You know, he just arrest, no prosecutor, no nothing. You know, he's just rusting in the Oko prison. He said, no. That is going to rust in jail. Why would the governor pass the judgment before trial? So I begged. I said, please, you just started your administration. Don't behave like a dictator. In my mind, I didn't say that to him. So I was begging him. I said, please, let us rub our mind so that we can work together. He said, no. That he quiet, he paused. Later, governor said, he said, well, he could have done something, but the order come from the presidency. I said, from where? He said, Abuja. From Muhammad Buhari. I said, yeah. I said, thank God. I'm related to one of Buhari's family. I am going to just call him right now. If the order comes from the presidency, I am going to call Buhari's family to go to Aso Villa and you know, do what he got to do for the order to come back for you to release him. He said, no, don't do that. I said, I thought you said you would have done it, but the order comes from the presidency. Little that we know that it's all because of oil.
Oil?
Oil. Edo State gas and oil. They are drilling oil illegally without the federal knowing. They are raping Edo State, raping Nigeria, collecting money, making millions, literally every day, dollars. So they were protecting the illegal oil activity. So to shorten the whole story, we fought. It took me to kneel down in social media to beg our Oba, Monoba Atokbe, to beg him, please, our father, the Oba of Benin, the great AY, the second Ogedigan, to beg him in the media. After more investigation conducted, we now find out that this is the problem. The only person that will solve the problem is our Oba. Before this time, me and the governor, he lied to me. He told me, okay, send me your email address. He said, because he said, Osa Ugbo is a terrorist. I said, do you have evidence to back that claim? Then he said, yes. I said, okay. He even later he sent me a message. He said, send me your email. I will forward you the evidence. I'm telling you now, more than 1 year. Governor Godwin Obaseki have no evidence. So then I said, oh, he's a liar. He's a liar. So from there he started. So Obaseki now, a man that didn't have a one block in Benin, he has a mansion. His company is the one. Obaseki was the prosecutor, was the police that arrested, was the judge, was the correctional officer. And now Governor Obaseki is the governor. He is the deputy governor. He is the House of Assembly. He is the contractor. He is the commissioner. The company that is working in Benin is Obaseki company. And Dangote, Aliko Dangote, people say he's a billionaire. Fine. Dangote have committed crime that nobody have ever committed in Nigeria. Dangote trailer were caught in Benin with drugs. Obaseki closed it. Even the police that allowed them to video it, they were in trouble. So Edo State is gone. The only way Edo State will be back is if we the youth. Now I wasn't supposed to be youth. I was not supposed to be youth, but now I call myself youth because of how the corruption have decimated Nigeria, mostly Edo State. We have to take the power from Obaseki come 2020. If we cannot find a good candidate that will be zero tolerant of corruption, definitely I will stand with Obaseki and debate it. God bless you.
Amazing. So, what's next for PFM?
People's Freedom Movement right now, we have come to realize that the only chance we have to relieve innocent poor citizens, the only chance for our children not to die in the road of Libya, for them to go to farm with no fear of favorable and do business and create job for them is the one-time opportunity God has bring to us now. Which a man that I know now, the masses president, he have been doing it. It's no other than the presidential aspirant, Omoyele Sowore. I don't call it right because I'm still learning it. It's a man that I come to know with a lot of energy. And I've seen all this, like back when I spoke about the video, when I saw someone, they were talking, this man said, who is this man? Wow, he's like me. He's fighting corruption. I said, damn. Then I think about it. I said, he looked like this video they sent to me 4 months ago. I went back. Little that I know it was him. Before this, I've been prophesying. I'm a prophet of freedom. That we are already at the end of the tunnel. We can see the light coming. How are we going to grab the opportunity to push forward? The cabals are not going to allow us. So when I saw him and I investigated him, also I'm a private investigator now, licensed private investigator. Okay. I conducted my investigation on him. I found out that he has been zero tolerant on corruption. He has a poor background. He was brought up in a poor family, but he worked harder. You know, what I could not achieve at my age, he was able to do it. So I said, okay. I didn't even know he was the owner of Sahara Reporter.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know. I will say this, it might not be good. I have been very angry with Sahara Reporter that they have not been fair to us, that they have not covering what we were doing. We were fighting in European Nigerian High Commission in London when they were getting passport for 6 months. We did it. Now they are getting passport the same day.
Wow.
In Madrid, The Nigerian embassy in Madrid, they just negotiate. When they saw what we did in London, they call us, we sit in the table, round table, we negotiate. They are getting passport. Italy, we protested in Italy. So Sahara reporters were not even covering us.
I think you need to come to New York.
So we were, that is the problem. I grew up in the village. So New York is for this cabal to be stocking money in. So Wall Street, So at the end of the day, we went to European Parliament. We did a lot, and we found out that, if we have someone like this, young, educated, intelligent, smart, impeccable human being, impeccable, no error, no stain. He has never involved in any illegal activity. After my investigation, I said, if professor can rule us and get nothing done, we should go to the middle class. Middle class is what I mean. It's not a professor. It's not a BSc holder or a graduate. It's in between. Let's try that one. We have tried the other one. So I said, okay, we're going to do this. Then I went ahead and threw my support without even knowing him. People were criticizing me, insulting me. They call you every name. I'm used to it. This, that, security, correctional officer, warder. They call me even warder. I'm not a warder. In America, if you're a correctional officer, you call me a security. We consider it as, I said, no, I am a correctional officer, a detention officer. But me being a commission officer as well, I'm a commission license officer as well, then I grab it all. So, which it's a good thing. So we are supporting People Freedom Movement right now. We are supporting our next president by the power of God, by the power of Allah.
Okay.
So Sowore will become the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2019. And it's going to happen because God Almighty knows what Nigeria went through these few years of Muhammadu Buhari. We thought Jonathan was bad. We didn't know that horror is coming. And I want to let Nigeria know, I don't know if I'm going to end now.
Yeah.
A vote for Muhammadu Buhari is a vote for Fulani Herdsmen. A vote for Muhammadu Buhari, anyone that votes for Muhammadu Buhari is voting for Boko Haram, is voting for insurgency, is voting for militant, is voting for no good road. Muhammadu Buhari called us lazy. Muhammadu Buhari administration are the most laziest administration ever. They cannot fight Boko Haram because they are lazy. They cannot fight Fulani Herdsmen because they are lazy. They cannot tie a good road because they are lazy. They cannot build an hospital because they are lazy. They cannot, law enforcement, police, Nigerian police have become Nigeria APC. INEC become APC INEC. We already know that they're gonna do a lot of things. They're gonna try to steal it. We already know they are corrupt. The INEC is corrupt. I am saying it, the Megacomrade is saying it. I'm not saying it for the campaign or for the movement of our next president. So what I'm saying it as an individual with my own opinion, and I have every right to my opinion. So any vote, Nigerian, if you are watching, any vote you cast on that day, if you cast it for Muhammadu Buhari or PDP candidate, hey, you are casting vote. PDP could not kill Boko Haram. They could not kill insurgency. They eat our money. As corruption, they were using billions to, I don't know if I can say this on TV, to sleep with women while our children were dying. These things is what I have investigated with evidence. I say it over and over. So I'm begging everyone to come and join Team Sowore. Now I am in the bed with him. I love him. I put my life on his campaign. Everything. My freedom depends on his winning. As you know now, I have been banned from Edo State, from Nigeria. Yeah, I have not visited. My grandmother is 100+ years old now. Every day she call me, she cry. She's old. She's 108 years. They have tried to assassinate me. Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State and his vampire militant gang. I have escaped. My case is still in Italian police right now. So when they came to assassinate me in Italy, they failed. Thanks to Italian police law enforcement agency. I have reported the issue to the FBI in the United States, to Dallas Police Department. So my name is everywhere with the law enforcement agency. So my number one priority is my safety before property. As a security man, we protect life and property. You got to protect life before property. So right now, if you want freedom, why are we do whatever it takes for our next president, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, to win is because he have went through the horror I'm going through now. They almost killed him. He have went through it. This is our last opportunity. This is our time. Now or never. Either we, the youth, I am urging every aspirant who have interest to become a president, contact Team Sowore. Let us work together. We are not going to vote anybody that's more than 55 years old or even 50 into office this time. By the power of God, by the spirit of those that have lost their life in South Africa, Ghana, Egypt, India, Libya is extraordinary. Those spirits are with Team Sowore. Because when I say it, I say it. Can you imagine the Speaker of the House, Edo State House of Assembly, the National Federal House of Representatives Speaker, they came to Italy to sign a bilateral agreement to deport Nigerians that Germany is about to start now, in order for them to grab the money for rehabilitation of African Nigerians that migrate to Europe through Libya. So when we heard about it, I took my team to go and protest. We killed that bill. When we kill it, Obaseki, Governor Obaseki, and the Abuja cabals, I call them cat and cheetah, cat fat. They are cat and they are very fat. They came, they did not visit one Nigerian grave. You heard that Nigerians lost their life in the sea. Those women, they did not went to the grave, but they were able to collect money and go back home. I was the only one with my team that went to that grave to visit Nigeria. I put a flag. I know what I went through when I left that grave. The spirit were dragging flag. I will be sleeping and see them accusing me, why will I put flag on one and leave the rest? So we know what we have been through. So those spirits are with our next president, my leader and my president to come. Sowore, it's going to be by power of God Almighty. Even if God did not do it for anybody, we do it for my grandmother, who I cannot see now. And that day, I will be in Eagle Square. I will be celebrating with him. It's going to happen. And I'm begging Nigeria, this is not another election. This is do and that election. Your destiny should not be padlocked by old cabals. They come in the khaki, they rob us. They come in Agbada, they loot us. How long Obasanjo is going to be in power? How long Buhari is going to be in power? Buhari has failed us. He has completely in all angles. Buhari is lazy. So he has failed us. I was not thinking he's going to. I pray that he make it to the election. They force him into it. His body is weak. He cannot even stand. So we don't need a vacuum for the next 4 years. Sowore will never go to London for a medical checkup. If he goes, I will come back and criticize him. He will never. And God will protect him, and nothing is going to happen. He will not fall sick for the 4 years. 4 years, if we did not restore Nigeria to become African American, don't vote for Sowore in 2013.
Okay, well.
So, that is, I'm begging you. I feel every Nigerian pain. No healthcare, no Medicare, no road. Do you know, give me 1 second. Do you know in my community now, the road that led to my community, the last time that it was tied was 1978, between 77 to 79. Ever since a federal road. They have embezzled and eat money. Now it's very hard to find a woman that have not miscarriage. Even Benin Lagos Road, miscarriage upon miscarriage. Benin Abuja Road, federal road leading to the capital. Miscarriage. How does this miscarriage happen? When a woman is pregnant, they are not that strong. They went through this horror of gallop. I call it alley of death. Those that could not, that God have given only one child, they will miscarry, they will never get pregnant again. And they will go and blame it on African witchcraft, on their mother's wife. It's not true. Corruption is the cost. How long are we going to take this? How long? How long? Why will you allow Muhammad Buhari to come and rule you again? It's a question. Tell me one job Muhammad Buhari have done that. Tell me one project that it has not finished. That is coming to finish. Zero. Is it hospital? Central Hospital in Benin that Oshomole and Muhammad Buhari commission. Before he even came into power. after he was a president-elect. Do you know till today? Central Hospital have no one chair, have no one bed in Benin City. Send your Sahara reporter to go and investigate it.
Wow.
Oshomole loot that hospital, collected billions upon billions. Oshomole mansion, Donald Trump don't even have it. How can you become a governor automatic? You are not a billionaire. Not to talk of Rochas Okoro.
So we want to thank you so much, Megacomrade.
God bless you.